humans, what have you learned?
Hello everyone and welcome to the channel. Ironstorm here with some more gaming news for you. And today I'm talking about the whole sticky situation that is Subnautica 2 and the publisher Krafton. I've done a previous video. I will put a link to that with a little thing up in the corner up here if you want to go and watch that one first. But please come back and watch this one. But before we get into all of that, hit that subscribe button and the bell to be notified. Show me that you are really interested in the content that I am doing on the channel. So yeah, let's go and have a look at all of the mess that is Subnautica 2. So over here on Rock, Paper, Shotgun, this is one of two articles that I'm going to have a quick look at. Subnautica 2 studio will get their bonus, says Krafton, but it's not the 250 million promised. Now obviously this is going into the bonus that they were promised after Krafton bought the studio. If they hit their milestones for 2025 with regards to Subnautica 2, they would get a massive payout. And obviously Krafton have moved the goalposts and delayed the game. So let's have a look here. Obviously, publishers Krafton have told workers at Subnautica 2 Studio Unknownworlds they would get their promised bonus if they shipped enough of the game by the end of 26. In other words, they've been given an extension to hit the targets. The bonus money in question after the surprise firing of senior staff a couple of weeks ago and the enforced delay of the survival game by Krafton. After worker concerns and fan outrage, the new court says, don't worry, we'll pay, although it's not the huge 250 million that they were originally supposed to. That is just... Talk about trying to keep your rest of your developers sweet. That is kind of insulting in a way. A report by Bloomberg says the sweetener would include a 25 million payout to be shared unequally among roughly 40 specific developers at the studio. All other workers would meanwhile get a bonus paid this year, an advance on the projected 2026 profit share bonus pool, although the amounts involved for these employees isn't specified. That is an absolute joke. Talk about treating your developers like idiots. So you're not getting your 250 million. We're going to give you 25 and the rest of you will give you a rough idea on what you might have earned. Oh dear me. This is not looking good for Krafton. Obviously, this whole 250 million earn-out was based around obviously Krafton buying the company for 500 million back in 2021. So it's written into a contract and they just did not want to pay it. This is just absolutely shocking. No wonder the fans kicked off about this whole situation. Obviously, the studio co-founder here states here, studio co-founder Charlie Cleveland believed the game was ready for early access, but Krafton have obviously disagreed. They wanted more work done on it. Naturally, whoever lost this argument would potentially lose quite a bit of dough. Presumably an impasse. Krafton pulled out an axe and decapitated the studio heads Charlie Cleveland, Ted Gill and Max Maguire, and now claim they abandoned their duties. So this is a lot of corporate espionage at a very high level. At a very, very high level. This does not bode well for the game. Not in the slightest. I think this is probably going to kill Subnautica 2. I do not think this is going to... If they do release it, if it doesn't end up getting canned, I honestly think the fans will boycott the hell out of this and nobody will touch it. That is not the way you treat your employees. That is absolutely shocking. But it's even more shocking in the other one. And the title to this is paying the Subnautica 2 team their promised bonus would be embarrassing. Krafton CEO allegedly told the game's chief over lunch. Are you having a laugh, mate? Are you honestly having a laugh? Now, obviously, this is all coming to light because this thing has gone is going to court. They have filed a lawsuit. The three co-founders of Unknown Worlds have taken this further, and the stuff that's come out about this is absolutely shocking. So here we go. A quote from the lawsuit at the moment that's going on. On May 20th, 2025, Cleveland joined Kim, Krafton CEO, and some colleagues for lunch. A section of the lawsuit reads, Kim said that if Unknown Worlds released the game on its planned timeline, meaning Krafton would have to pay the earn-out, it could be disastrous financially and hugely embarrassing for Krafton. So it even told Charlie Cleveland that, look, if you release it, we're in trouble. We're not going to be able to pay you. So I'm not being horrible. If they knew they wouldn't be able to pay, why the hell did they offer it them when they purchased the studio? This is just absolutely shocking. Obviously, Krafton later asserted that Kim never made those statements. The lawsuit continues. Instead, Krafton claimed Kim's words had been incorrectly interpreted by the translators. We have asked Krafton to clarify what Kim really said, if that is the case, but judging by all our other ignored questions, I doubt we'll get a satisfactory answer. Yeah, they don't want to admit that he sat there and told him straight to his face, we're not going to pay you. You're going to delay the game. End of story. And then because they didn't do as they were told, they ousted him out of the company. This is just absolutely shocking. I know Krafton have got a track rep, but this is bonkers. Absolutely bonkers. Not only is it three co-founders that are out of a job, you've now got a dev team that are kind of like, do we finish the game? Do we not finish the game? Have we still got a job once we finish the game? This is really, really bad. Really, really bad. Obviously, I will be putting links for these articles in the description so you can go and have a real good lead. But obviously, the lawsuit accused Krafton of turning all sorts of dirty tactics in an attempt to frustrate the game's impending release. In that unspecified month of 2025, for example, Krafton allegedly assigned an entirely new publishing team to the game, headed by an employee who didn't speak English. That team delayed decisions and delivered incomplete work, issued an internal stop work order and told all Krafton teams to stop all creative tasks related to Subnautica 2, ordered all US employees of Krafton's previously in touch with Unknown Worlds to stop communicating with the studio, cancelled work on trailers, advertising, and even a front page plan for PC Gamer magazine, cancelled localization plans to translate the game into 9 languages, neglected to write up the terms of service agreements necessary for the game, and held a milestone meeting in May and demanded that the game be delayed. This is possibly the meeting in which the leaked document was shown. Oh my good God. And it was a US-based team as well that kind of gave the CEOs of Unknown Worlds a bit of a heads up. Oh dear Lord. This is absolutely bonkers. I'm not being horrible. This does not bode well at all. Corporate espionage. They could make a Netflix documentary out of this. It is absolutely stupid. Just because they didn't want to pay out the $250 million that they promised them when they purchased the studio. I'm not being horrible. I hope Krafton get nailed to a wall for this. I really do. This is absolutely despicable. So, do you agree with what's going on? Are you one of these that's going to boycott the hell out of this game if it does get released? let me know in the comments below. I'd love to hear your thoughts and feelings about the whole Subnautica 2 situation, because this thing, it really does make Microsoft look like angels, to be perfectly honest. This is absolutely shocking. I can't believe this. When I read these 2 articles, it was just absolute bonkers. You couldn't write it. Yeah, so let me know in the comments below how you feel about the whole situation with Subnautica 2. Obviously, hit the bell to be notified of more content coming to the channel. Give me a massive thumbs up if you are enjoying the content, and obviously it will help the channel immensely, help me grow this channel. Smash that subscribe button so that you can join me and all the content that I will be putting up in the future. And on that note, I'll love you, I'll leave you, weather the storm, and I'll see you on the next one.
Humans, what have you learned?